So just taking your breath all the way into the nose, down into the belly. The breath is your awareness, so as you fill into the belly, just let your awareness go all the way down into your legs and into your heels. So the mythological story of Achilles is that when he was a baby, his mother protected him. She grabbed him by the heel, maybe one or both heels, I'm not really sure. Maybe she was really strong and could grab him by one heel, and dipped him into water that was a protective body of water. So she grabbed him by the heel, dipped him into the water, so that he had this protection all over his body except for his heel. So that heel, one or both, was an area of weakness. We all have our weaknesses. Maybe just thinking about a weakness that you have brings some tension into your body. But just can you reflect on just one weakness that you have? Just one, and just breathe and let it be present in your awareness, that one weakness. My one weakness is impatience. And we can think of that weakness as being rigid, inflexible, unchangeable, or we can think of a way to support that one weakness with all of our other strengths. So let's just bring your awareness to that heel bone. So if you want to just kind of grab that heel bone, whether you want to rest your leg out in front of you and just sort of feel your heel bone right on the bottom, on the back. You can cross your leg over if you can, and through the hip, and you want to access either your right or your left. It really doesn't matter, but just kind of feel that heel. It's a solid bone, the calcaneus. The way that it takes all that load onto the floor is it has a really thick protective coating right on the bottom, nice thick fat pad, so that you can heel strike but still have some cushion. So our very strong calf muscles come down and attach onto the back of the heel. So if you go to an area right on the back of that heel bone or that calcaneus, that's where it attaches, and then you'll notice that thick tendon moving up the leg. That's the Achilles tendon. So just as we can support a weakness in our character, maybe that impatience to me is a weakness in my character, I can support that weakness with my other strengths. We need to think about how we can support these calf muscles and this tendon. How can we support it with our other strengths? The calf muscle functions for a strong push-off. So what other parts of the body can we help create that strong push-off? Switch and just feel the other foot, whether you have it out in front of you. Kind of feel the bottom part of that heel, the back of the heel, where that tendon makes that connection. Maybe you notice some tenderness. if you, with the diagnosis of Achilles tendonitis, that itis is overuse. And so if this calf muscle and this tendon is getting overworked, it's not being supported. So if your weakness, for me, like impatience used to pop up like every day. I was impatient. I could feel it, and that impatience would bring that tension into my body. And I'd have to deal with it every day. So how to deal with that weakness? Part of me was just letting go of control, realizing I didn't have the control that I thought I had or wanted to have. Just sort of notice those muscles all the way up into the calf. And if you have that rolled mat, you could use a block, but the block might be a little bit high. You could also use a rolled blanket. You're going to put the forefoot of one foot up onto the rolled blanket. The heel is on the floor. So there's two muscles that come to form that Achilles tendon. And we're going to work both of those just a little bit in a progression. So the first one is soleus. And so with the knee bent, you're going to work the lower 1/3 of your calf. So if you just raise and lower that heel as much as possible, and I'm putting a little pressure down through my knee just to give a little bit of resistance. You could lean on it, lean your body weight onto that one side and just raise and lower. You could also take a weight. One of the things that we use in the clinic is we just take a basket or a plastic crate and set it on the thigh and fill it with some weight. You could do that. This muscle is super strong. So, or it should be super strong. It should be as strong as, say, the quad. So we need to load it up pretty good. So just sitting and doing this is probably too easy for it. So we need to load it up a little bit. So lean on it. And just, it's a heel raise in sitting. Ball of the foot is elevated. It doesn't have to be elevated, but it just gives the full range of motion if you elevate the ball of the foot. But can you feel that effort in the lower 1/3 of that lower leg? Just above the ankle, about to the midway point of the calf. That's soleus. I think sometimes it's the forgotten muscle, especially in a strength training regimen, but it really needs to be strong.